my name is Alexis and today we are doing this look right here, which is an Irish flag on my eyeballs, basically. So this is obviously for St. Patrick's Day, as you can tell, because I uploaded this on St. Patrick's Day. So if you needed some last minute inspiration, here is that. I think it's really cool and really interesting, and I am Irish. There's some Irish blood in me somewhere. I don't know who it came from, but I have it. So St. Patrick's Day gets me a little bit excited. Gives me a reason to like find the Irish, but I'm pretty excited about this look actually. So if you want to see how I did this, then keep on watching. So I have my base done, my brows done, and my eyes primed, so we can just move right on into the fun stuff. I picked out like a couple of palettes that I'm probably going to dip into all of them, so I'm sorry for that, but I don't have like one palette to work from to do what I'm trying to do, so I'm sorry if that bothers you. Yeah, so I'm going to start with my Urban Decay Vice Limited Reloaded palette, and I'm going to start with this shade right here, which is Laced. That's going to be the only thing I put in the crease. I'm going to put that right in here. If you can hear the TV downstairs, I'm sorry, we're watching the news because there's a blizzard today. Fun stuff. Happy spring, here's a blizzard. So I'm just throwing that right in, kind of above my crease, just because my eyes are so hooded, so kind of in and above the crease. Just like that. So I have that on, and I'm gonna, what am I gonna do next? So I'm essentially creating the Irish flag on my eyeballs. So I'm gonna put down matte bases for the colors that I want to use, and then put more shimmery shades on top of that. So I'm gonna start on the outer corner, I think, with the green. So for the matte green, I'm gonna use my Kat Von D MetalMatte palette, and I'm gonna take the matte dark green in here, which is called Moss. So this one here. I'm gonna put it right on the like outer third, but I'm not gonna bring it too far up into the crease because I'm not blending the color over. It's just gonna stay right in the outer corner. So I'm gonna put it like right, I'm gonna stamp it right there. So kind of like if I look straight at you, where the white of my eye is, that's where I'm trying to put it, basically. It can go like a little over into like the color of my eye, but just like the outer third, and I'm not bringing it up above my crease. So I'm just kind of patting it, stamping it where I want it. This is hard and easy at the same time. It's easy because the placement is easy. It's hard because my eyes are hooded. So it's like if I close my eye all the way, I'm going to end up putting it like above my crease. So if you have hooded eyes like me, just take your time really getting it where you want it to be. Where even is my crease? Okay, perfect. So you can either wipe that brush off or just flip it over. I'm gonna do both. Wipe it off and flip it over. And now I'm gonna put, sorry, I'm shaking the whole camera. I'm gonna put the orange on the inside. So I don't really have a matte orange shadow to use as the base. Wait, do I have one in here? I don't think so. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my Too Faced blush palette and use the orangey blush shade, which is called I Will Always Love You, and use that as the base, orange base for the inside. So I'm going to pick that up, and then I'm going to put it on the inner third. So right, this is hard, right here. You can't really see it, I can see it. Just so right on this inner part right here. And just the width of the brush is how wide I'm gonna take it. So right there, where are you going? Okay. So right there, and then we're leaving that very center part. So if I look straight at you, the part that's right in the center of my eye, bare. And then finally, taking that same brush, just wiped it off again, I am going to take, oops, the shade Do I want to take bone or do I want to take linen? Oh no. I'm going to take linen, or bone I mean, just because it's a little bit softer. So I'm going to take bone from the MetalMatte palette and put that in the center that I've left bare. And if you want to use different brushes and stuff, like different shaped brushes, go right ahead. This is just the brush I like to use. That's very bright. Good thing I didn't use the linen shade. So I'm just placing that right in the center. And like, so when I close my eye, there's really nothing in this space here, which is fine because no one's looking at me with my eyes closed. Like, as long as it's visible with my eyes open, like if I look straight at you, as long as you can see it when it's open, that's all I care about. So I'm not focusing too much on like filling in up here, because then it's gonna go kind of above the hood of my eye, and it's just gonna throw off the whole like image that I'm trying to create here. If you have more lid space than I do, bring your shadows up higher. These colors aren't really meant to be blended. Like if you look at the Irish flag, they're just blocks of color, so I'm not really blending them much. If you cannot stand that, then go ahead and blend them a little bit, but I'm just gonna kind of leave them blocked the way they are, and I'm sorry if that bothers you. So now that I have the base done, I'm gonna go over everything with shimmery shadow. So for the green, I'm gonna go back into my Urban Decay palette, and I'm going to take the shade Mildew, which is this darker green here, and put that over the green. And you can leave it matte if you want to. I just don't want it matte. I want shimmer, so I'm gonna just layer Mildew over the green. What was this called? Moss. Just like that. So it's not a huge difference. You might not even be able to see it on camera. But I just like that kind of sparkly. It's almost like satiny, not really sparkly, but I like it. I don't like too much matte on me anyways. For the orange, I'm going to use the Smashbox Ablaze palette, and I'm going to take the shade over here, which is Torch. And I'm just wiping my brush off on my color switch, because I find that it really helps get the color out, so I'm not like mixing colors. But like I said, you can change brushes if you want, or even just wipe them on like a tissue or something. And I'm putting that right on this inner part. It's gonna make it more orange. Look at the difference. Amazing. Right in there. And it's okay if you get a little bit of color down here, because we're gonna do the same thing on the bottom. So if you get a little color transfer to the lower lash line, don't freak out about it. It's totally fine. And then for the white, back to my Urban Decay palette, I'm taking this shade up here, which is called Roadstripe. Just pushing that right in the center. Just like that. So that is the top shadow done, the upper lid done. Yeah, so like I said, we're literally just going to do the same thing that we did on the top on the bottom. So if you wanted to, you could do the top and the bottom like at the same time. I did the top first so I could explain to you what I was doing, because I felt it would have gotten confusing if I did the top and the bottom at the same time. So I just did the top, now I'm going to do the bottom. If you want to do each step top and bottom at the same time when you do it, that's totally fine. So I'm going to take Moss again and put it on the, like the dog's crying, the outer. I'm going to skip through, like not skip through it, but like kind of speed through this a bit, voiceover style, because you kind of already get the gist of what's going on. Okay, so that's all the eyeshadow done. Jen thinks that too. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to put black liner in my... Wait, I lost my liner. I'm losing stuff. I'm going to put black liner in my tight line and white liner in my waterline because I don't want to close the eye off too much. And then apply some mascara, and I'm going to use my Too Faced Better Than Sex Waterproof. And these are the eyes done. There is an Irish flag on my eyeballs. Yes, that's it. So let's just move on to the rest of the face. I'm going to contour with my Kevyn Aucoin powder, like I normally do. And just do my cheekbones. Make it look like I have some, because I don't. And then for bronzer, I'm going to use my, what is this? Chocolate Soleil. I couldn't think of the word. Some on my cheeks, top of my forehead, down on this like chin jaw area. Bring some color back to the skin. For blush, I'm going back into my Love Flush palette, and I'm going to use the shade Baby Love right here, just because there's kind of a lot going on the eye, so I'm trying to keep the face like simple. Don't put too many colors anywhere else. So I'm going to just put that shade right here on my cheeks. For highlighter, after I just said that I'm going to try and keep the face simple because there's a lot going on, I'm going to use my Anastasia Nicole Guerriero. Wow, I didn't say any of that right. Anastasia Nicole Guerriero palette. There we go. And I'm going to use the shade Glow Getter because I want something kind of like gold for this. Something more gold than my Becca Moonstone. So I'm going to use that one. This might be like a touch too dark for me at the moment, but that's okay. If I have to, I'll just put a little bit of Forever Lit on top of it. But I'm going to use Glow Getter. And I'm going to put this right on the top of my cheekbone. Oh my goodness. I be glowing. Ireland can see me. Right over the brow. In that like C-shaped thing. I'm going to put some of that down the center of my nose. And pile it onto the cupid's bow. Although these have like great pigmentation. They're so glowy. Don't really need to pile it on, but I kind of am. And I'm just going to keep the lips very nude, very neutral, and use Bow and Arrow from Kat Von D. So this is the finished St. Patrick's Day inspired look. Irish pride, if you will. The eyes are definitely like the main focus. They're really interesting, and I think it's really cool actually. The lip, you could do a lighter nude lip also, like a peachy nude, which I didn't think of until I already had this lip on, but that's another option for you. But yeah, there's that. And it really wasn't hard. It might have like looked hard, it might have seemed hard, but it's really not hard. It's just placing colors down basically where you want them. So there is that. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. All the links to all my social media will be down in the description, so check me out there. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys again soon. Bye!